Guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. We've got a confession, right? So we have a goal for ourselves to post one YouTube a week for the rest of the year. Just see how it goes, test things out. And this week we post videos on Monday, and it's Monday. We didn't have anything planned. We don't have any time. So this is it. We're gonna be doing a bit of a weekly, this is what's happening with us. That's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah, I've got nothing to add.
She's got nothing to add.
Sorry. we're filming our YouTube.
We just have a lot on at the moment. And no, it's not an excuse. We're not looking for excuses.
No, we're not excuses kind of people. We're getting it done.
We're getting it done, and this is what we're getting done. And we still think it's going to be fun. We're glad you're here. Think of it like, you know, your older brother or sister comes into your bedroom and they're like, listen here, this is what's happened this week. You're like, okay.
Just want a little yap.
It's like, I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this. You didn't ask for it, but here you are.
We're going to actually give you some insight though.
We've got our iced cupped coffees.
This is a new convenience store. Asia obviously has lots of convenience stores, and this one
we haven't seen before. This one is Vietnam exclusive.
By far the worst branding we've seen.
It looks like a gym, like SGS25 lifestyle platform. It's a convenience store, guys.
A lifestyle platform actually seems like an app, like a fitness app.
It's so weird. And then even like the outside branding it's giving gym.
It's like blue and white. It's like, I'm not hungry.
But honestly, they're everywhere. So I don't know. And then also just not very good.
No.
They don't really have anything. But they do have these ice cups, which we love. So you buy them out of the freezer and then you fill it up with whatever drink you like.
Maybe it's Korean influenced.
I think it's just Asian influenced.
There's a lot of Korean stuff.
That's true, actually. And maybe
this is a really Korean thing. And like the sachets of...
Yeah. Who knows?
Speaking of Korea, we have some news. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing we want to cover is a bit of a business update. A bit of what's happening with Boring Studios. Because we know you want to know. And we've been doing a lot of things. Should we start with the good or the bad first? The wins or the losses?
The good. We've been working on new products for the past 2 months, probably.
Month and a bit.
They're almost done. They're not quite done, but they're almost done. And then we're going to be launching them in a month or so.
So we have, I think, 16 or 17 new products. 3 or 4 of them are Notion templates. We're going to have 3 different packs. So we're going to have like an entry level pack, which is just basics for freelancers. And then we're going to go all the way up to the biggest pack, which is probably more so for people in branding. But it's got everything. The value, I was like running the numbers. Business. I was running the numbers on like what we're selling the packs for versus what they're worth. I'm like, are we ripping ourselves off?
We gave ourselves a number because we were like, we want our packs to be this much, but we just kept adding to them because like, they'll need this, they'll need this, they'll need this. So
it's also...
This isn't like a sales pitch,
no.
But they are like pretty good. They're pretty good.
But we're also thinking like, what would we pay if we were in our like target audience, like our client, our customers' shoes?
Yeah.
And there's a certain limit where you're like, if you're paying them that much, it's like, that's rent, you know. And we don't want to. We'd rather sell more and help more people than like make a buckload.
Exactly.
Like.
Yeah, I think we wanted to make them affordable, but we also wanted to make them. Like, we want you to be able to get this first pack and be like, this is everything I need to start freelancing. I think that was the most...
It's like the core.
Yeah. So we just kept adding to them. We're like, this is the price. And we're like, oh, they also need this template. They also need this. They also need this.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, we can't up the price because we've told ourselves.
we can't.
But anyway, so stay tuned for those.
Yeah. We're working on our launch at the moment. And I know last time, I don't know if you heard last time, but last time we said our last launch was the biggest. Our last launch sucked. It flopped so hard.
Bad.
And we can go into that another day if you're interested, because
the fails of the launch.
It was such a waste of time, and we were pretty disappointed. But that's business.
Yes.
But this launch, we're going in again, and it's so much work. Like, I know you always see people say that it's so much work, but the amount of work that we're giving ourselves to like try and get this launch.
Gosh, gross.
It is gross. Like, we low-key don't like working. Like, we love business.
We like parts of working.
Yeah.
We don't like marketing. I've realized.
It's
other than social media.
We
love social media. But email marketing,
it gets very
I
intricate.
personally
You do.
hate it.
You are.
Because I've spent so many years doing email marketing for other people, and it just gives me this ick feeling. So every time I write an email marketing email, I'm like,
I feel that I never did email marketing specifically
Yeah,
in my
didn't.
role.
But you
when I
kind of
do
like it. You enjoy it.
But when I do like marketing graphics, that's when I want to throw up because
See,
that's what I
that's
did.
EDMs for me.
Yeah. I like the lead aspect and the component where it's like it's almost it's like a video, like I see it as like a video game, or like you're trying to like get things better.
You love the intricacies of it. So you love the paths and the flows and things like that. I think you find that really interesting.
Not an expert though.
You're getting there though. I think you're learning a lot. You've learned a lot this launch versus our last launch. I think you've put a lot more time into it. Like Eden came to me and he's like, "This is the flow." Like I was sick in bed yesterday, and 2 hours. He's like, I was like watching a movie, and he comes in and he's built this huge chart. I'm like, when did you even learn all of this? And you're like, I've just drawn it out. And you're like, this. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, but then it means like it's so fun to plan stuff, but then we're also the ones that like roll it out and like build it. So it's like
it was also so funny though because I'm like, what does this mean? You're like, I'm not sure yet, but it's this.
Yeah, we had a big fight 2 days ago. Where I was like, this is what I have to do. You're like, what does that even mean?
And you're like, I don't know.
Actually doing. I was like, I don't know yet, but I will know.
But then you fleshed it out. You did. You know, that's
we have a lot, and we can show you if you want to know the intricacies. We'll tell you after we launch if it goes well.
Yes.
If it doesn't, we'll just disappear off the face of the
earth. If you want to see like how a launch works, maybe leave a comment or let us know.
But a bit of an insight from the 12th, which is 3 days from now, our launch will happen 35 days after that. So if you're watching this then, or if you're watching it
you'll be watching it today because we have to post today because that's our.
But someone might not watch it today. That's our rules.
True, of course.
That's obviously.
So
but it's going to be big, and if you're not on our email list, jump on because it'd be cool to see. Like I always subscribe to people's emails, not because I want to buy their stuff, because I'm interested to see how they do their emails and like they do their business.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a valuable thing. Like I don't want to buy, I don't know, like a pre-workout. Maybe I do, but like it's interesting to see how people do it differently, and like you can take things from people.
Yeah, you can learn a lot. I showed you some girls' auto chat the other day from a product that I was interested in, but I hadn't bought. But you know, she's growing on me. She keeps sending me emails. It's growing on me.
It's a really good free way to learn because you're not like going to school or like going to uni, but you're seeing what, especially these people who are like really good at business or their brand or their business is doing really well. You get like free. You can just copy them.
Yes, but you also don't know how well someone is doing. You never know that, so you could be copying the wrong homework.
Totally.
But it's good to go and try because something that might work for someone else might work for you, but then something that works for someone else might not work for you.
Yeah.
So you should always try for your own business.
Cast your net wide, but also go out of your industry because you can take stuff from other industries and maybe it'll blow up.
Definitely. I think that's what we do a lot.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
So that's our launch, but we also had some negatives this week.
Yes, our Shopify store was broken.
So what happened with our store? There's a app you get called like Digital Downloads made by Shopify, and we have it installed. It hasn't been an issue. Like they have so many bad reviews on this app, but I think it's just people like with tall poppy syndrome. They hate Shopify that they make apps. I don't know.
I love Shopify.
They're so good.
Sponsor us.
The app just like people will place an order. It automatically goes into this app and then it fulfills it and sends them their digital downloads. It's all automatic. It's all been like set up. Never had an issue once. We've probably been using it for like
a year.
4 months. No, not that long.
Oh, I don't know. This is your
6 months.
It's your domain.
For Shopify specifically, we haven't been using it for that long. But anyway, not an issue. And 2 days ago, I was like looking at it and we have an orders come through and there's like orders unfulfilled. I was like, that's weird. It doesn't usually happen like that.
We had so many emails from people.
And people,
like, where's my thing?
Yeah, and this specific time, so we have a lot of free products, but we also have paid products, and a lot of free products were like fine. But then this exact chunk, there was like a few people who had purchased products, and they're like sending messages. I was like, shit, like these are the people, like these are the most important customers. We need to like make sure they're getting
Our free
their
products are still important.
Obviously, but like if you're paying money, you expect like the product straight away. Like
yes.
Totally get it. Free products is like, this is cool. It's like fun.
Yes.
Fun little bonus.
But they weren't not sending. They were just delayed.
Eventually, we worked that out.
Yes.
But we had to like send some manually and then talking to every single rep at Shopify, and eventually it just like kind of started working again. Like there was no resolve.
I think it was just a back-end technical issue.
Yeah, I think.
Sometimes things like that happen and they're a little bit scary, but you figure them out.
Yeah, because
We didn't really figure them out. It just kind of figured itself out. But you're on top of it, you know.
But I think the thing with by using Shopify is that they're such a big company that they always resolve their problems.
Yes, you've got someone to talk to straight away.
Yeah, like if you have like a custom built website with like some random Jimmy down the street who's built it and he's like, oh no, your system's fine, and then it crashes and like you have no one to ask, or like there's no support, there's no like.
Yeah, Jimmy's having a night out.
Jimmy's having a night out. He doesn't really care about you. But these like Shopify wants to keep you as a customer, so they'll do what they can to.
Yeah.
Like I know everyone's like, oh, don't use Shopify, it's like a big company. But it's like
no, it's good.
They're genuinely the best company, and their website never our actual website has never gone down. No. Even this, it wasn't like a real problem.
It was quick. It was resolved so quickly.
Yeah. So if you're not using Shopify and you like sell products of any sort,
we're actually not sponsored.
I'd recommend having a look into it because it's not as customizable. Like it won't look, you know.
But it can be as well. You can do like headless stores, and
totally.
you can definitely code your own websites and still use the back end of Shopify. I think they call it like headless.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because the back end is it's so easy to use. You can use it.
That's so rude. I had Shopify stores before you, little punk.
I had Shopify stores before this one as well.
Whoa, look at us.
Anyway, Shopify, great.
Shopify, insert sponsorship.
If you're using anything else, kick it out.
Click our link below.
We talked to someone the other day, I'm not going to name names, but they have a custom site and the amount they spend on it.
I'm not going to name names.
And they're like
He's our buddy.
And they're having issues with it not working. So I'm like, mate, get onto it. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on to our life update.
Yes. So we've been in Vietnam for, I'm going to say 6 weeks.
Maybe, yeah.
About 6 weeks. And we spent 4 and a bit weeks in Hanoi. And we really did not enjoy it. And so we thought we didn't like Vietnam. We went to Da Nang, absolutely loved it. Da Nang was so good.
Da Nang's like Gold Coast or like Miami or like...
It was giving LA.
A beach city.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Really good food.
Unreal. Really people nice.
People were great.
Beaches was nice.
It was vibes.
Yeah.
We stayed in a resort.
Highly recommend. Like if you're going to Bali or if you're going to like an island in Thailand, I'd almost I'd give this one a go as well. If that's your vibe, give Da Nang a go as well because it's chill, it's cheap.
It's like Bali. What Bali was supposed to be.
But cleaner and less traffic.
Yes.
Because I keep seeing
and not many tourists around.
Bali traffic's really bad.
Yeah, because a lot of people live there now. But yeah, it's not very busy. It wasn't busy.
No Australians. We didn't see any Australians.
We did discover that it is a very popular place for Korean tourists.
Yes.
But honestly, no Westerners around.
Very
Not
few.
that we consider Australians Westerners.
No.
We've also discovered that Australia is Asian.
We are. Highly recommend Da Nang.
Yes, highly recommend. Anyway, so now we're also in. After Da Nang, we went to. What?
Yes. I was going to say, how did we get there?
Oh. We caught a sleeper train.
Twice. We took 2 17-hour trains. Honestly, not as bad as you think.
I think it was just as good as flying. It was different. It was different to flying.
It was different to fly. It was a good experience. Like, I don't think I couldn't see myself doing an overnight train ever again. No,
but it was really fun. Like, sleeping on a train was quite nice. I thought it was quite nice.
Eventually, at like 4 a.m, it was good.
Yeah, I kept waking
10
up
p.m.
a few
not
times.
good.
It was a little it's like, a bit scary, but you have your own sleeper cabin and you can lock it. It wasn't like dirty or anything.
The toilets, like if you were like a hygiene freak or like you really were particular, I wouldn't recommend it.
But it wasn't any dirtier than a plane.
No.
So I don't know.
Just a bit longer, but also
longer, but you also don't get as dehydrated. You've got fresh air. You've got so much more space.
You can walk around.
You
can sleep.
Yeah, you can sleep on a plane.
It was fun. I'd recommend it. Just to have a go.
Yeah, and as we discovered as well, like yes, a flight might have been like 2 hours, but you've still got to be at the airport an hour. You've got to travel to the airport another hour,
wait
and then
the
you've got
airport.
to. Yeah, so at the end of the day...
Flying, it takes a long time.
Flying still would have been quicker, but...
Totally, but still, I think almost more taxing and takes like more out of your day.
Yeah. Also luggage, you can have as much luggage as you want. You can do so much more stuff like work.
I don't think it was cheaper though. I think it was very similar price to flying.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
Your domain.
But if you don't want to like go to an airport, which like airports are just... I don't know,
People glamorize the airport, and it's just the airport's not fun.
It's not, you wait around, everyone's in and out, everyone's
Yeah.
angry. It was fun though. But now we're in Ho Chi Minh. Now we're in Ho Chi Minh City.
And Ho Chi Minh is such a vibe, and we're so upset that we didn't come here sooner.
But we knew. It's so funny when we flew from Taiwan to here. We were like, oh, we're gonna. I remember saying I was like, Ho Chi Minh's gonna be the place because it's like bigger, more modern.
I don't know how we ended up in Hanoi for so long.
Actually, you said that the flight was like $50 cheaper.
It was so annoying because that's kind of what we base our travels on. It's like, what's the flight? And the flight was I think it was like maybe $100 cheaper. And we're like, oh, let's just go to Hanoi then.
And we committed to it, and then stayed there for a month. And
that's just the travels, you know.
We've learned that we like bigger developed cities more. Ho Chi Minh, very cool. It's like pretty modern. It's big. It's like the same size as Bangkok. I think it's like 8 million people.
People are so much nicer here as well compared to Hanoi.
Our accommodation's really nice.
Accommodation's really nice. The food is also better here. A lot more people speak English here as well, I've noticed.
Very international feeling city.
Whereas Hanoi, not many people spoke English.
Hanoi's traffic is just...
Honestly, I wouldn't recommend Hanoi.
If that's your vibe, sure, but it's not ours.
I don't even know what the vibe is there.
It's just like, I don't know.
People say that Hanoi is real Vietnam. It's like your old school kind of vibe. Whereas Ho Chi Minh is city. Anyway, we've done a lot of shopping here because the quality of clothing here is just unmatched.
Unbelievable.
Like, this is like, it's like atelier, you know? It is like lined,
What that means.
crossed, like it's just...
It's the quality.
It's very good quality.
And it's so affordable.
Yes.
It's like, we have bought like 3 pairs of jeans.
We bought so many clothes.
Hoodies, tops, you name it, and everything's like...
It's like fast fashion prices, but it's luxury quality.
It's so good. We were saying we'd definitely come back
Just go shopping.
just for a shopping trip. Because like to get here and to stay here so cheap, and the clothing's so cheap.
Yeah, and it's all, we went shopping to a lot of local
Local designers.
so it's just some really cool like streetwear from some local designers, which is really cool.
And it's unique, and
Yes.
we actually haven't been to like really any big stores or like
No, we haven't been to like
major
malls.
No. But there's so many stores, you just gotta like find them on your map or like find them on TikTok or whatever. And everyone's so lovely.
Oh, that's so good.
Everyone's so cool. Everyone's so much cooler here. Like everyone, like it's got that city vibe. It's got that cool vibe.
I could see us living here.
Yeah.
I could.
I don't know what the visa switch is, but
No, I don't think you can get a visa here actually. Did you know Med visa? They don't have.
I reckon they will. Apparently, Vietnam's economy is really booming. It's so funny. we used to talk so much shit about Vietnam, and now we've been to Da Nang
last week.
Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh. We're like, this place is so good. So unfortunate that we did it, but we've learned from our we've learned from our past.
Yeah, I mean, we should have stayed a little bit longer here, but we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yeah, so that is Ho Chi Minh. What else have we been doing? We had KFC last night. Vietnam KFC, also so good. They had like a banh mi burger. It was so good.
When we used to live in Melbourne, when in our first 12 months of foreign, we used to pretty much consistently every Friday get KFC.
Yes.
It was kind of like the thing that kept us going. I know it's like kind of sad, but it was I just remember the drives from like picking up the KFC and driving home was like probably the most excited time. And we get like a chip, or we get like one of those wraps.
Yeah, we'd have a wrap on the way
pitters?
home, the tiny pitters on the way home.
Ah, such good memories.
That's so
Honestly,
funny. Because
such
we used
good-
to, we would have no junk food during the week, no TV during the week. So Friday night meant TV, KFC.
and we'd like we'd play Switch.
We play video games.
That was so fun. Anyway, so we haven't had we had KFC in Taiwan, but it sucked. And then we had KFC here, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, but we like to try KFC in other countries. I think I know people are like, don't go to another country and eat the fast food, but it's still a cultural experience because it's different. They have different stuff on the menu, and it's just, you know.
The chicken was so
The chicken was
crispy.
so good. If you like KFC, Vietnam KFC was it.
90% of our meals, to be fair, are Vietnamese.
Yes.
So like, this was like you have to try it.
I think we should still try we haven't tried the McDonald's here. We're not big McDonald's people, but I still think it's sometimes fun because, as I said, they do have different things on the menu, which is like kind of cool to try.
Also, the staff were really nice at KFC.
Yeah, it's like table service. So you get knives and forks.
They were so lovely. They opened the door for us.
Yeah.
Honestly, I said to Ben, I was like, maybe we should give him a Google review. Give him a 5-star Google review. Who says that after going to KFC?
Yeah. But I was also saying, like, it's fast food here and in Asian countries in general is a bit different to how we view fast food in Australia, because fast food's more like...
It's more of a luxury here.
Yes, it's more of a luxury here. You'd have it for like a special occasion. It's actually like an event, whereas like most people just get like Macca's on the way home
every day
in Australia. Or they eat it a lot. It's a very different kind of cultural thing. What else? We saw Beetlejuice last night. Unbelievable. Beetlejuice. It was actually Beetlejuice, because the first one's called Beetlejuice.
Oh.
And this one's Beetlejuice.
Oh.
And then the third one, I love that they made a sequel so long after. I'm not sure how many years, 20, 30 years ago.
So good.
It was so good.
I love Bob.
Aiden hadn't seen the first one, so we're going to watch the first one. But if you haven't seen it, go and see it. A lot of people, I posted on my story saying, a lot of my friends have been like, oh, I can't see the new one because I loved the old one. It's like, well, it's not a remake. It's a sequel. So go and see it. It was just as good as the first one.
All the acting, like everything about it was just so good. Like all the
so
visuals, or like the cinematography, it was just it was a masterpiece.
Tim Burton does no wrong though.
I want to go and see it again. I was like,
I'd go see it again.
It was so annoying. I don't want to complain, but we like went to like gold class and we were waiting to go in. They're like, oh, you can go in now. And like the movie had already started. Like they were like had us in a waiting bay.
It was so weird.
And everyone else was already in there. And we were like, anyway.
We didn't miss any. We missed like the opening credits, which
that
could have been really cool.
It was really good. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the we might watch the new one on the plane. I mean the old one on the plane. We go tomorrow.
Side fact, I don't know if we said this, but I had an iPad. And
We've said this
I left my iPad in Hong Kong in the hotel, which was like 3 months ago, and I haven't done an iPad for so long. And we use the iPad to watch movies on the plane, and I want to start drawing. It's just been a whole ordeal.
We need to get the iPad back.
We'll get it back next.
Our friends have it. Our friends went and got it from the hotel. So
we also got our nails done. I think we need to highlight the nails.
Excuse me.
Can we just have a look at these?
Excuse me. Don't my copy too quick. I had a butterfly on here, but I ripped it off yesterday because it kept getting caught on everything. And then this one I just kind of shaved down, but they were both butterflies. But do not get, if you're going to get your nails done, like fun ones, don't get butterflies. They're so annoying. Like if I could go back in time and not get butterflies.
Such niche advice.
No, but girls know. Like this little bear, he's raised, but he doesn't catch on anything.
True.
Fine.
Yeah.
You know? Little bow doesn't catch. Butterflies catch.
They're flan.
Anyway, very cute.
Anyway, if you want to get your nails done, here's some inspo for you.
Also, if you want to get your nails done, Vietnam is also the place. Crazy.
They really don't lie when they say the Vietnamese are the best at doing nails.
They are the best at doing nails. Honestly. Unmatched. Perfect.
Also,
best nails I've ever had.
Very affordable too.
Yes, very affordable. Like this set would have cost me probably 200 bucks. 200 Australian dollars in Australia.
200 buccarinos.
$200
I don't know how much it was, but both our nails were less than $100.
Yeah, I know we got pedicures.
Oh, yeah, we got pedicures. It's probably my favourite nails I've ever had.
Really? These are actually probably my favourite nails I've ever had.
Because they're just like kind of subtle.
These are cute.
We haven't taken any really good photos of them.
No, we haven't. I'm kind of ruined my nails.
Yeah, fudge.
It's alright, we can get some more.
Pen's been reading lots, but...
I've been reading a lot. I've been listening to Audible. I downloaded Audible recently. I've been listening to How to Win Friends and Influence People. And every time I finish a chapter, I just relay it to Eden. So basically, you're reading it as well. It's a really interesting book. I'm also listening to Harry Potter. So listening to the Harry Potter books because I love Harry Potter. And I'm reading one other book, Day of the Triffids, which is a really old
How are you reading 3 books at once?
Well, I'm reading one book and I'm listening to How to Win Friends and Influence People and then listening to Harry Potter. Because you need a mix, you know? You need a non-fiction and then you need a fiction and then you also need like a paper book.
But that is Slay by you.
Thanks so much.
Really good. I haven't been reading at all.
We're going to get Kindles.
We have so many things we want to do.
I told you to get Audible. We should get Audible and just listen to it on the check.
I want a Kindle. But I don't know if I want a Kindle, and then when I get the Kindle, I won't want it. You know how that happens? Like the idea of reading, I love the idea of reading, but I'm so bad at it.
That's why I think you should get Audible, because...
But I also don't have time, like I don't have a time in my life where I'm like, I just want to sit here and just listen.
The treadmill.
I like to watch TikToks.
Well, I do 10 to 20 minutes of reading, or Audible, and then I do, a bit of TikTok.
I'm just straight TikTok. TikTok makes the exercise go so fast.
It honestly does. It's so great. If you
It's
hate
like
cardio.
it's like time traveling.
Yeah.
If you want to like death scroll or doom scroll, whatever,
Let's go.
jump on the treadmill, do it for a couple of hours. A, you're getting fit. B, you're getting your TikToks in. Then go home and talk with your partner or something. We're also thinking about doing an anonymous Q&A, because we can ask us any question about anything and no one knows who asks it. Because I saw someone do it the other day and I'm like, that's kind of funny.
It'd be funny, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
I remember it was such a thing back in the day.
We also got 80,000 followers on Instagram,
Yes.
which is wild. Sometimes it just grows really quick, sometimes it doesn't. But at the end of the day, still the same people. So we're getting close to 100 though, which is exciting. Isn't it?
It's honestly so crazy.
It is crazy.
It scared me a little bit when it's like getting up that high, because I feel like you enter like a different tier. I know that sounds weird,
But we deserve it, to be fair,
oh my
because
God,
we've
all we do is hustle the social
posted
media.
a lot of videos.
We've got a few questions.
Let's rapid fire them, because I think
Okay, I would like to get a quick.
you guys have been sitting here for a while, and I know that you might need to go to the toilet, or you might need a drink. So
You can get a drink while you watch YouTube, though.
you can pause it if you want.
So this person has said, I'd like to get a quick overview over all the formats, templates you're offering.
We're not going to do that now. We can do that for another video. That's almost
You'll
a
see
whole
that.
video.
You'll see that in a couple of days.
Oh, you'll see it.
Not a couple of days.
You'll
next
see it.
week probably. Licensing terms and uses. What if the client asks the designer about trademarking the logos, etc.? That's their job. So if you want them to trademark their logos, I would say you give them full. What's the word? You transfer the ownership over to, once you finish your designs for them,
Yeah.
you transfer the ownership over to them instead of giving them like a license to use, because then they fully own it and then they can trademark it themselves. It's out of your hands. You shouldn't be trademarking for clients.
Wash your hands of it.
That's not your job. That's not your job.
You get too entangled.
Yeah.
Just hand it off, and
Yeah.
if you want to work with them again, you can, but you don't have to own their stuff.
No. So I think give them full ownership rather than a license, because then you kind of still own it. So just give it to them.
As a business or brand owner too, you don't want someone else to own. Like, you don't want a
No.
designer or branding company to own your stuff. That
Yeah.
would just be.
But a lot of designers do that. They will give a license, but I don't think we don't do that. I don't think you should do that. I think you should transfer all ownership to them.
Seems weird.
Well,
I don't know.
there's pros and cons of both, but we give you full ownership, and I think that's much easier.
Wash your hands.
Wash your head. Do you only work with Australian-based clients? No, not
No.
at all. I think majority of our clients have been international. When we first started, most of them were Australian.
Australia's so small compared to the world.
Yes.
So just cast your net.
Cast your net. Why should a studio screen clients? So many reasons. So many reasons.
If you just get a bad vibe at all, don't work with them.
Yeah, if you get any kind of like passive aggressive or any kind of like animosity when you're talking to a client,
You can just
they're
tell.
going to be you should be able to tell. I know it might take a little while for you to tell, but eventually you'll be like, I don't want to work with you. You're a bad guy.
The best thing you can do is make that decision early.
Yes, just vibe check. You can vibe check, that's a really good skill, is to have a good intuition about people. So
Ask good questions.
yeah, learn that skill.
And really just pay attention.
Yeah, and just see if you have like a nice rapport. If you are getting along, then they're not going to be a bad client.
We wish we did some better, for sure.
Yeah, but also you can't always be too picky. Like at the start, we definitely were like, this is going to be a red flag client, but
we need
also
the money.
have to take it.
Yeah.
So weigh up your options. I think now we don't take any kind of red flag, because we definitely value our mental health more than we value a few bucks.
Yeah. Buck off, as they say.
Yeah, so, pick and choose. Success ratio of working with the life partner. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe we could look up a stat.
Oh, for us, 100%.
Yeah, it's been pretty seamless
I don't
for
know.
us.
It's a funny question.
If y'all time traveled back in time with your memories intact, what would you do differently in terms of starting managing the business? That's a whole video in itself.
It is. I'm going to say off the bat, probably nothing, because everything has led us to this point. It's a tough question to ask.
It is, because you could go back in time and do something different and it might not work
We might not be here.
in your favour.
Yeah.
It might be, yeah.
Only one thing that I think wouldn't affect much is starting posting video content earlier, because initially we started like statics and the content was just so bad. But like having posting the right content, organic content early on, I think would just make us be a little bit further ahead.
But I also think if we had our memories intact, I'm not sure if we started making videos like we are now, if it would have the same trajectory that it had, because you should start kind of bad.
You have to.
Because that's what kind of builds a rapport with your community, and it's kind of like you're growing together, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah. That's why I always say, if you're starting to make content, don't copy big content creators, because their style of content is not going to grow your page. Because they're already at it's a different level.
They've evolved a lot. Like you should scroll back, look at our old videos and then look at them now. They've changed a lot.
Yeah.
But I think we've changed with the trajectory of our business and our audience as well. So what works for us might not work for you, and what works for someone else might not work for us. So
so just find what works for you. But it is good to mimic art, until you find your style.
100%.
So don't feel bad about copying people.
We did it.
Yeah. Find someone that you like and content that you'd like to make and content that you would like to watch.
But not trends. Don't do trends. Do something unique for yourself.
Never do trends. We're very anti-trend. Because they're not timeless. They're
just so lame.
They don't suit every brand. Some brands maybe. If you're an influencer, totally jump on those trends. They're a bit of fun. If you're one of those like dancing TikTokers.
But no one knows you when you're making a video. They know the trend. So you're just like so insignificant. But if you're like having this style of video, everyone's like, oh, that's that guy. That would be way cooler. But if you're like, oh, everyone's doing this milkshake trend, it's like you're just another person doing the milkshake trend.
Ooh, milkshake trend.
You're just another
if the trend suits your brand, go for it. But I don't think you should be jumping on every single trend for the sake of it, because you might get a viral video, but that is the most
useless. And
it's just not evergreen. It's not timeless. It's not going to do anything for your brand. And having a viral video does not mean anything. Keep that in mind.
People with lots of followers and like lots of high video views, if you're not good at business or like even relationships with people, you're not gonna have like any success in your career. Like you could have like 500,000 followers, and
if you're not doing anything,
if you don't know how to like captivate the audience, and so if you see someone have lots of followers, doesn't mean they have lots of money.
No, in fact, they probably don't have lots.
Probably the opposite. But if you might see a small fish, they're just so good at business, or they just know what they're doing.
Yes.
So don't be focused on the follower number.
No, don't be focused on the numbers of social media, because it doesn't mean a whole lot. Focus on the community, focus on your engagement.
Make a splash. Do something fun. So to finish off, a little update about what's happening next. So our last day in Ho Chi Minh today. Tomorrow, we booked this probably too early because we want to stay here longer now, but that's footy and that's the way it crumbles. Tomorrow we're going to South Korea. We've been hanging out to go to South Korea for so long. So we're staying in Seoul for a month-ish. We might stay longer, we might stay less. But we're excited.
I'm so excited. We're gonna eat so much tteokbokki. Gonna eat so much fried chicken.
But we also have lots of work to do. So it's gonna be
Korean barbecue.
It's gonna be a juggling act for the next month. It's gonna be
blood sausage.
You don't even care about work.
I don't. I'm just here for the food.
It'll be fun. But it's gonna be like the first week's always like a bit rocky. But we'll work it out.
We're staying in quite a suburban area as well.
There was not much accommodation.
Because we booked it yesterday.
Yeah, South Korea's accommodation's limited.
Yes, it's quite small. It's quite similar to Japan. It's very small.
Yes. It's going to be the biggest city we've visited so far, I think.
Is it?
I've never been either.
I've been.
You've been. Yeah, it's like 12 million or 10 million or something.
Whoa.
Here's like 8 and Bangkok's like 8, I think.
So stay tuned for our South Korea content, because that'll be fun. I feel like we'll post a lot more.
Very excited.
A lot more.
If you have any recommendations or tips, let us know.
Yes.
But we're going to wrap it up there.
Okay.
I think.
All right,
do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't think so, no.
After this, we have to pack, we have to edit this, we have to post this today.
We've got a big day.
And then we're going to go see a church.
Yes, they've got a pink church here. So
Maybe
I want to go see that.
Go to a show.
Yes, I want to go to a show.
But we have to be packed. We have to have our suitcases packed before we leave to do anything tech. I'm going to be stressed if we don't.
I also want to go get this dress that I saw the other day.
Which one? The Outfar one?
Outfar?
Which one?
Is it far?
Or the one we saw yesterday?
Yes, that one.
Oh, that's fine.
And then I also want to go to a chocolate shop, because Vietnamese chocolate is not spoken about enough. It's really good.
Delicious.
It is really good. Like, they have a big coffee culture here. And everyone talks about their coffee beans being really great. But no one talks about the chocolate beans. They have cacao farms. And they have just, like, farm to bar chocolate. And I just don't think it's talked about enough.
I heard about this.
Well, I've only discovered it since I've been here.
We had it once and it was delicious.
Honestly. I bought a chocolate just from the convenience store that was Vietnamese made. And I had it and I was like, this is the best chocolate I've ever had. And you didn't believe me. You're like, this is not even good.
Thanks for watching. Give us a subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Outros. One screen here, then you do the other screen. And this could be the video, the next video you watch. Or that could be the subscribe button. Or it could be the opposite.
I don't really know.
But either way,
I'm hungry.
I didn't wait.